This video contains the 15 best updated settings on how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming and performance in 2024 and beyond, which will fix issues related to lags and consistent freezing of games. Moreover, we won't tell you to download anything. This is just a straightforward tutorial where we will configure settings built within our system. Let's start. The first method to optimize Windows 10 for gaming is to enable the game mode, which is usually helpful to speed up the low-end computer. Here is how we do it. Press Windows plus I. This will open up the settings. Select gaming. Go to game mode from the left hand sidebar. Enable the radio button under game mode and turn that on. Similarly, go to game bar tab and turn that off. Go to captures. Turn off the background recording and the recorded audio buttons. If you need these features, you can turn them on later, but for now they are unnecessary and might consume some background resources, so it's best to turn them off. These settings should only be turned on when we want to record the gameplay. We can also turn them off when we are using the external recorder. Now, before we move into the second step, kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss more tutorials like this in the future. Moving on, the second method in our tutorial about how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming is to modify the graphics performance settings. Therefore, go to settings, select system, scroll down and click on graphics settings. Click on this drop down. It will give us two options. If we choose desktop app, we will have to browse through our folders and select the game we want to optimize. I don't have any game installed on my system through a third-party installer, so I will go for Microsoft Store apps. Then a new drop down box will appear beneath it that says select an app. This is meant for optimizing the games installed through the official Microsoft Store. I don't have any games right now, but I will select an app just to show you how it's done, because the process is the same whether it's a game or an app. So I will select an app from the drop down list such as WhatsApp and then click on the add button. Then you will find the game or the app here down here. Then click on options, enable the high performance mode and then click on save. Now the third method on how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming and performance in 2024 and beyond is to clean up some storage that causes lags and freezes. So here is how to fix it using this cleanup. Press Windows plus R, type cleanmgr and press enter. Select the driver where your games are stored or have been installed. I'm gonna go with the default C drive and click on OK. Now you can see all these junk files already selected. Click on OK to wipe them off. Once this is done, open the run dialog again and type the same command again, cleanmgr, but this time instead of pressing just the enter key on your keyboard, press the combination of CTRL/SHIFT, holding them down, then press enter. This will help you clean up the system files as well, which are non-useful and considered as junk. Besides this, you can also manually delete unnecessary multimedia files and folders to free up extra space for your games. You can also uninstall apps, programs and games that you rarely use to free up storage, as well as clean up your RAM. I have already shared the tutorial on this topic. You can go and check it out after watching this video. I will attach it in the description. Moving on, the fourth method in our tutorial about how to completely optimize the entire Windows 10 for gaming is to remove the unwanted files from the settings. Open settings by pressing the Windows plus I hotkey. Go to system, select storage, click on show more categories. You can find all these different files listed here. Might take some time to calculate the total amount of storage they are consuming on your PC. Click on the type of file you want to remove, such as the temporary file, but be careful while choosing the files because you do not want to delete the necessary files. Once the system has calculated the storage, it will show you a list of files that you can remove from this list. Check the files that you want to delete and click on remove. Now we can also delete similar files located on different drives. Go back and scroll down. Click on view storage usage on other drives. Now select the drive you want to clean, and then it will start calculating the space you can free. Then all you have to do is repeat the same steps as earlier. Next, I have already talked about this method in plenty of my previous videos, such as how to clear cache tutorials and methods to speed up Windows 10 PC. Now this same method is applicable here too. I will attach all these tutorials in the description box below. Press Windows plus R, type %temp % and press enter. Press Windows R again, type prefetch and press enter. Now all you have to do is select all the files stored in these two different folders and permanently delete them. They are the cache files that the software or the games associated with them can regenerate anytime. They will not affect your system at all. Repeat this process once a week every week, as they will come back in the future. The method 6 on how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming low-end PC is to defragment our drives. Press Windows plus R, type dfrgui and press enter. Select the drive where your game files are stored, such as the C drive. Click on Optimize. Next, if you are looking for a solution related to GTA San Andreas, lag fix PC, Windows 10, you can try our 7th method, which is to adjust for the best performance. Launch the Run dialog box, type sysdm.cpl and press enter. This will launch Advanced System Settings. Go to the Advanced tab, click on Settings under Performance. Select Adjust for Best Performance. This will turn off all the unnecessary visual effects that Windows handles. Next, for Windows 10 lag fix, we can try method 8, which is to enable the high performance power settings. First of all, we need to unlock a setting called high performance. To do that, press Windows plus R, type CMD and press CTRL SHIFT ENTER, and then click on yes to enter command prompt with administrative privileges. Type this command and press enter. The command is power cfg /s scheme underscore min min. Open run again and type power cfg.cpl. Set the performance settings to high. Next, method 9, we can turn off a couple of more settings. Go to settings by pressing Windows plus I. Select notifications and actions. Under get notification from apps and other senders, if this radio button is on, turn that off. Go to the focus assist tab and set it to off. Next, method 10 is turn off background apps. Again, I have already shared a detailed guide on how to turn off background app in detail in one of my previous videos separately. I will attach it in the description box as well. So here is how we do it. Go to settings, select privacy, scroll the left hand sidebar and select background apps. Turn off this radio button if it is turned on. Next, method 11 is to turn off startup apps. Go back to settings, home and select apps. Click on startup. Here you will find the apps that automatically turn on when your system starts. You can turn them off if you don't need them. Make sure that you don't disable any important system apps such as SD audio background processes, which is responsible for some sound processing on our system. It is all up to your decision about which particular app you want to disable or keep turned off. We can disable more startup apps from the task manager. Press Ctrl Shift Escape ESC on your keyboard. This will launch up the task manager. Go to the startup tab. Here you can find all the apps that automatically start when your system boots up. You can right click on them and select disable. Method 12 is to disable unwanted and unnecessary services that do not make an impact on the operating system. Type msconfig in the Run dialog box. Switch to the Service tab. Select Hide all Microsoft services from the list. Click Disable All option and make sure to uncheck your graphics driver related services, and that's optional. We can also enable storage sense, which is method 13 on our tutorial. Press Windows plus I, then go to System, select Storage, then turn on the radio button for storage sense. Click on configure storage sense or run it now. Now you can change the settings here, and once you are done with that, click on clean now. Moreover, we can also optimize boot process, which is the next method 14 on our tutorial. Open the Run dialog box again, type msconfig and press enter. Go to the boot tab, click on advanced options. Put a check mark on the number of processes box. Click on this drop down box and select the maximum number of processes available there. I have 4 as the highest number, so I will select 4. You could have a higher or lower number. Select the highest number you have. Click on OK. Put a check mark on the no GUI boot option. Now this is optional. Set the timeout to 10 seconds. Do this only if you have a high-end PC. If you check this for low-end computer, you might encounter some issues. So if you feel unsafe, it's best to leave it unchecked, or you can just set it to 10 and test it later after this video. Then try increasing or decreasing the values depending on the results. Then click on apply. Press OK. Finally, the last and method 15 on our guide is to increase the virtual memory. For this, we will need to find the capacity of our installed RAM first. So press Windows plus R. Type msinfo32 in the Run dialog box and then press enter. This will open up the system information window. Scroll down and find installed physical memory, which is the total amount of RAM installed on your computer. Take a note of that. For example, I have 8 GB of RAM installed and I will remember this number is I will require this number later for doing some calculations. Now let's check out our current virtual memory. Go to settings by pressing Windows plus I hotkey, then go to system. Scroll down and select storage. Click on show more categories, select system and reserved. Here you can see this is your virtual memory. We can increase this to improve performance for gaming. Let's learn how. Type sysdm.cpl in the Run dialog box. Go to the Advanced tab. Click on Settings under Performance. Again go to the Advanced tab. Under Virtual Memory, click Change. Uncheck Automatically Manage Paging Size for all drives. Then click on the Custom Size Radio button. Now open up the calculator. The recommended initial size for virtual memory is 1 times the amount of RAM that you have installed. If you increase virtual memory without calculating too much beyond the capacity that your physical drive can handle, it can cause issues with your computer. So it's important to calculate that. So I'm gonna type it here. 8 is the actual size of RAM installed on our computer, multiplied by 1 megabytes, which is equal to 1024 KB, then multiplied by 1.5, which is a recommended value by Microsoft. This gives us 12288. Enter this calculated value in the initial size box. Now let's calculate the maximum size, which is equal to 3 times of RAM capacity. So let's enter 8 in the calculator multiplied by 1024, which is multiplied by 3. You don't need to enter 8, by the way. 8 is the number of actual physical RAM that is installed in your computer. You need to replace this number with the RAM that you have on your computer. Now this equation gives us 24576. We will enter this value in the maximum size box. Then click on Set and then click on OK. This will require you to restart your computer. So that's all for how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming and performance in 2024 and beyond on low-end computer for a faster experience. For more Windows 10 tips and tricks like this one, check out this playlist. Kindly like and subscribe before leaving. Happy gaming.